Hey guys, in this video I will show you the best Bitcoin tracker app that's currently out there on the market. If you are a Bitcoiner and you want to stay up to date on all the important Bitcoin data, you highly have to check out this app. It is 100% focused on Bitcoin only and has absolutely no ads. Let's jump right into it. This right here that you can see is the start page. We can see in the middle directly the current Bitcoin price chart from the 24 hours. Of course, you can switch between these tabs to see the different price developments of the Bitcoin price. You can also scrub right here through the chart to see how the price behaved, and also if you want to do so, switch here to the logarithmic chart. If you scroll down a little bit, you can directly see the Bitcoin blockchain. So you can see the mempool, how many transactions are in there and how many blocks are currently waiting to be included in the blockchain. And of course, you can also see the last Bitcoin blocks. You can see the block subsidy, how many transactions are in there, what's the current block height, and the fees in each block. Down below, there's a more detailed view on the Bitcoin transaction fees. Currently, you can see how many sats per VByte and what in dollars the current transaction fees are, as well as the fear and greed index, the current market cap, Bitcoin dominance, and a few details about the Bitcoin mining statistics. For example, the current hash rate and the current Bitcoin rewards. Of course, if you tap in any of these tiles, you can see a more detailed view. For example, if you want to check out the hash rate over the past 6 years, you can get much more information on that. Down below, there's also a bit of information about the Bitcoin mining difficulty. As you know, the mining difficulty adjusts every 2016 blocks. So you can see how many blocks it takes for the next difficulty adjustment and what the estimated difficulty change will look like. So you can see the previous one was up 4% in difficulty and the next one will probably be around about 0.4% down. Down below, there's a small section about the altcoins, so you can check out them too. But if you don't like them, you can also turn it off in the settings. And this right here is actually the only part that is also about altcoins. At the bottom right here of the start page, you can also see a little bit of information about the Bitcoin halving. You can see how many more blocks it takes for the next halving. As you can see, currently we are like 12% in this current period, and it will take around about 1,200 days for the next halving, which will be somewhere in April in 2028. By the way, also up here, there's a small calculator. If you tap on that, you can see you can quickly, for example, what's $25 in Bitcoin, and also, for example, what's $50 in sats. You can see it's around about 80,000 Satoshis. All right, let's move on to the second page down here, which is the analysis page, where you can see many different price analysis of the different cycles. So of course, you know, we have the different halving cycles and the different bull markets. For example, from bottom to top, if you click on here, you can see these different periods that we had and how much we've raised. Of course, you can also switch between linear and logarithmic chart, and you can also choose the different cycles. So let's only compare, for example, the past 2 cycles. You can see directly how much we've risen so far and how it is compared to the last cycle we had. Let's go back right here. You can see there's many more different of these analysis that you can have. There's also some simulations. So how would the price behave if we would have a same development that we had in the last cycle, up to which price we would get then. In this case, it would be up to like 300,000. So let's hope it's going to turn out the same. And of course, there's some other stuff in here as well, such as the monthly returns, the yearly returns. So there's much more that you can check out in here to analyze the Bitcoin price developments. All right, let's move on to the next page, which is the portfolio tracking. So if you want, you can easily enter your trades down here. If you just scroll down and click on add trade, you can simply enter a buy or a sell trade where you bought some Bitcoin. And then after that, you can analyze all of your metrics in here. You can see your trades down here, and then as you can see, you will see your portfolio development up here in Bitcoin. Of course, you can check out then how your portfolio behaved over time. And down here, you can also check out your profit and loss, your Bitcoin balance, your ERA invested, and of course, your statement in here where you can see some detailed information. What's, for example, your average buy-in price in Bitcoin. And also what I really like is the percentage of all Bitcoin ever that you have with your personal Bitcoin holdings. All right, let's go back up here and also show you one more feature. If you go into Bitcoin balance down here, as you can see down here, you can add a so-called reserves check. So if you click on add down here, you can basically scan a Bitcoin address or just add it yourself manually in here. For example, I added an example Bitcoin address, and then if you go out here, down here, you can see always the balance checked on the Bitcoin blockchain. So if you have some Bitcoin addresses where you want to make sure that always your balance is there, you can add them in here and then at any time check your reserves. All right, let's move on to the next page down here, which is just a bit more information. For example, the Bitcoin market cap, the volume, hash rate, difficulty, the Bitcoin supply. So this is all the Bitcoin that exists currently. As you can see with those halvings, the steepness of this curve goes down, and you can see we are getting closer to the 21 million, which will eventually be the maximum amount of Bitcoin that will ever exist. And of course, there's some other information such as the transaction fees, bit information about the Lightning Network and the companies that hold Bitcoin. So as you can see, there's a lot of information in here as well. You can also compare these charts. For example, if you switch over to 6 years, can see how all of these different metrics changed over time. So yeah, that's pretty much the app. There's also a light mode, as you can see right here. So if you prefer everything in light mode, you can also switch up the number format to your likings, and you can switch up all the prices to a different fiat currency as well as the portfolio. So you can customize everything to your own liking. That's it for the app. Try it out completely for free. The link is down in the video description. You can use it for iOS or Android. And if you have any more questions and ideas for improvement, feel free to let me know them down in the comments.